You'll know when I finish.
Morning. Hey, hey. Show me again. Show me again. Hey, Galpep. Good morning. Wave hello, everybody. Morning. Yay. Wave hello. Yay. There we go. Woo. Yep. Hey. Morning, world.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey.
Good morning. Hi. We're about to get started, everybody. So, my name is DJ, and I'm not your host today, but I would like to call your hosts up. So please welcome to the stage Moises and Janelle.
Yay.
Hello now.
How y'all doing? That's right. Can y'all hear me? How y'all doing? Welcome to the Girl Day today. Can we give it up for DJ?
Woo.
Yes. So please join me in welcoming transgender activist from the Bay Area. So she is a neighbor. Give it up for Janelle. So she has dedicated years advocating for the rights of transgender individuals. I believe you already know that. For people living with HIV and sex workers on both local and national levels. As a board member of San Francisco Pride, Janelle is passionately committed to community building and trans representation, bringing her impactful advocacy to the forefront every time. Give it up for Janelle.
A dedicated advocate for the immigrant community and the LGBTQ+ cause is here in the Bay Area since 2015. Moses is currently a program specialist in Alameda County and the Spanish language consultant for East Bay Zero, which is what brought us here today. Beyond advocacy, she is a proud member of the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence in San Francisco. For fashion, design, and drag. So can we welcome Moses?
Thank you. And before we start, I like to share that a lot of times we do moments of silence. Today, of course, we're going to still be in silence, but what we want to do is to have a moment of gratitude and courage. So I just want you to think about a little bit back on time. Before we start our event, I want you to recognize all the folks that have been before us since the 80s. The ones who stood up for the rights of people living with HIV when the world was a different place. Gratitude to those that came before us. These were the people who faced all the rough times, fighting against the unfair treatment and misunderstandings about HIV. They were the ones who paved the way for us today. So, as we think about them, let's just not remember the hard times. Let's also celebrate their victories and pledge to keep their spirit alive. Their legacy is like a fire that lights the way for us, reminding us to be resilient, hopeful, and united. Today, we can say that we are standing on their shoulders, and it's up to us to carry on their work. The flame started is still burning strong, but the full is every single act of kindness, understanding, and the commitment to making sure no one gets left behind. Let's honor them, celebrate how far we've come, and promise to keep pushing for a world where HIV or AIDS isn't a shadow hanging over anyone.
Thank you, Moses. Can we give it for Moses? And so with our World AIDS Day, we know that we want to take a moment to just honor and celebrate the advocacy that has gone forth. And so if you look around this room, y'all are all working at different organizations supporting our community. So can y'all give it up for yourselves? As I know, this is the award ceremony, and so we will be honoring some special people in the room. But yes, we do this every year, so we're super happy that you all are here with us. So we are going to have an honoring of the land, and so I would like to call up some members of the East Bay Getting to Zero Pause Plus Committee. We have Lestray and Giovanni.
Hey!
Billy Sean, Alwan people have lived in the East Bay since time immemorial, for thousands of hundreds of years. Hundreds of generations, Billy Sean people have lived on the land that is now known as the East Bay in the San Francisco Bay Area. They did not own the land, they belonged to it.
As guests, we recognize that we benefit from living and working on their traditional homeland. We wish to pay our respects by acknowledging the ancestors and relatives of the John Grove community, and by affirming their sovereign rights as First Peoples.
This acknowledgement demonstrates a commitment to begin the process of working to dismantle ongoing legacies of settler colonialism, and to recognize the hundreds of indigenous nations who continue to resist, live, and uphold their sacred relations across their land.
We also pay our respect to Indigenous peoples past, present, and future, and to those who have stewarded this land throughout the generations. These land acknowledgements are primarily for us to make, not for Indigenous peoples in this land to do for us. We should be responsible to read them, to open events.
It's our responsibility to emphasize these land acknowledgements as a reminder about what it means to be a settler on Indigenous people's stolen land. Thank you, and back to Moses and Janelle.
Thank you. I just want to see everyone. Who's ready for the first performance of the day? I don't believe you. Who's ready for the first performance of the day? You are getting there, but not yet. And thank you again to Shrey and Giovanni for this honoring the land moment. And our first performance is gonna be visual artist, and this person is native from San Francisco. So while continuing to hone in on the movement, style, and elements of bold, I know you're getting excited. Their current ambition is to expand their artistic field, leading him to pursue fashion, design, and photography. So are we ready?
Yes!
So I'm glad here. Give it up for C. Quinn.
Child, it really is us against the world. I bet she couldn't do that. Anyways, up next, it's me and my girls, some new looks. So hold on, because this is holding on. Work.
Thank you.
thank you. You are a good audience, but you can be better if you get more excited, if you get more applause, if you are kind of like standing a little bit and making something like yes, or you know what to do. I know you. So you can do that next time, okay?
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay, got it. So now that we are like with this high energy and we are ready to continue, it's time for something a little bit more serious, I can say. So I would like to go, and I'm going to continue with the serious part because she's going to do it. I would like to call Sammy, who will lead us through the HIV strategic plan updates. Give it up for Sammy.
So wonderful to see you all here today. Thanks so much for being here. So I am going to walk us through a few of our accomplishments as a community over the past year. We do this every year at our World AIDS Day celebration, really just to highlight some of the many amazing projects that are going on, specifically ones that the East Bay Getting to Zero growing community and staff have been a part of, and to get your input on where we should take things next year. So at the end of this, we're going to have an opportunity for all of you to vote. Once again, I know a lot of people put their votes in, but just to show us where you're feeling the most energy and excitement going into next year. So as most people probably know, since 2020, East Bay Getting to Zero has been leading the community-driven efforts around our Ending the HIV Epidemic initiative. So we really wanted to make sure that we had the voices of those who are on the front lines, telling us what's most important to focus on over the first 5 years of this work. And these were the areas that we chose now almost 4 years ago. So these are the general areas we've been working on, and each year we choose a few specific activities under each area to try to focus on. Slide. And when we think about what activities we're doing, we really always want to make sure that we're focused in on our core values that we defined as a group as East Bay Getting to Zero when it was first formed in 2017. So these are the core values that the core team and the steering committee came up with to really guide all of our efforts. And we want to continue to focus all of our efforts really on the key communities that we know are most impacted and face the biggest inequities in our HIV care. So every year we're doing different forms of data analyses to really look at where our impact is and where we have more work to do in our communities. And so for this past year, these are some of the activities that we chose, and just want to highlight some of what we were able to accomplish over 2023. So first, in community messaging. Our vision here for East Bay specific campaigns that include multi-generational, multicultural, and multilingual messages that inspire hope and reach the scope of our communities. And we were able to complete our 3 murals. We were able to launch a digital storytelling series. And for next year, we're hearing a lot of excitement around our need to double down on telling the community about injectables and really getting the word out. And we're going to continue to work on our legacy project, the AIDS Memorial Garden, which I know you've also heard a lot about, and we'll be hearing more about soon. So I wanted to take the opportunity just to really celebrate our completion of our 3 murals. That was one of the first ideas that we heard from people, is that we wanted to bring beautiful, lasting, inspiring art to the community and to really bring a message of joy and hope from community voices. So our first mural, which we completed a little over a year ago, was a collaboration with artist Anna Espinosa at Rise Youth Center. And the Rise Youth actually participated in creating this mural and making the mural, and it's now on the wall of beautiful new center in Richmond. Our next mural that we completed over the summer was our Cause Plus mural. So this was a collaboration with artist A1. And a special thanks to Bronze Courtney from Pet Pack and his neighbor, Ms. Karen Deal, for offering up their properties to add this beautiful mural. So please go check it out down in East Richmond. And last, but certainly not least, our most recent mural to debut was through the Grupo de Charla and their collaboration with artist Simone Monvaez and J. Manuel is at La Frontera. So big thanks to Doña Rosa Chavez and for Quality California for sponsoring this and making this happen. And a huge shout out and thanks to Nagini, who has been our fearless leader through our mural collaboration. Next, wanted to highlight our digital storytelling series. So this was an idea born from the amazing work of our MC Janelle Lester and was transformed through the work of our group and some other community members into a multilingual project. So we actually took Janelle's vision and worked to turn it into something that could be actual original Spanish language content and not just a translated experience. And so we have the experiences of 5 members of our community through this storytelling project, and you'll be able to get a preview of that later today. So we are so excited to really bring voice to local members of our Latina community in this amazing way. And thank you to Moises and Christian for your leadership on this. And our AIDS Memorial Garden, which is really becoming the legacy project of East Bay Getting to Zero. And you will hear more about that at the end of this presentation, but really just wanted to shout out our accomplishments here with our group. We have now picked our location here at Lake Merritt. We have Sarah Designs, who made the beautiful designs. We have a contractor who is officially on board to work with us, and our next step is really going to be raising the funds to turn this vision into a reality. So some of the on-the-ground work that we've been doing, the next area is improving collaborations, where we had a vision of a collaborative community of HIV service organizations, advocates, and community members who are working together on common goals and amplifying each other's work. You can see some of our accomplishments here. We launched our Site Spotlight video series, where we get to learn more about each other's organizations, employees, sites, and share those with our community members. We have workshops focusing on mental health and suicide prevention, as that was an urgent need that people had wanted to make sure that we spent some time focusing on. And we're continuing to hear that mental health and substance use needs are where we need to focus our energy as a network. We've been strengthening collaborations in rapid ART and with linkages from the emergency room, jail, and street settings, and we'll continue to work on those projects moving forward into next year. So to hear more about the site spotlights, if you haven't already, we have a table in the back where you can actually see all the site spotlights that have been created. And if you're interested in making one, you can find us to add yours to the list. But now every site spotlight is included in our directory listing of each organization, so people can learn more that way. We were able to launch our regional case managers meetings, bring those back after a hiatus before COVID, and have over 50 attendees at our first meeting, which I think just shows how interested folks are in collaborating and working together. And another way that we've been seeing those collaborations play out is through just an amazing transformation in our rapid ART and rapid linkages to care for people with new diagnoses, where we've almost doubled our rate of success in rapid ART over the past 5 years, and now have 93% of people with new diagnoses getting into care within about a week. Just highlighting again our mental health and suicide prevention workshop that we did earlier this year, and the resources that are available, and we'll continue to do more work focused on mental health in the year to come. And the next area is innovative models, where we're really thinking about models of care that break outside of the clinic walls and do things differently for folks who are seeking HIV services. So So our vision is healing-centered, integrated HIV prevention and care, including rapid testing, same-day PrEP, and rapid ARTs. Some of our accomplishments have been getting our PrEP navigation working group going, working closely with Alameda County, and they've done an amazing job launching the Take Me Home HIV and STI program and actually expanding that now to be a program that offers people direct linkages to PrEP and PrEP starter packs, and many collaborations around improving access to injectable PrEP and ART, which we've heard loud and clear will continue to be the focus for next year. So many accomplishments in the areas of injectables, and I won't spend too much time highlighting all of these, but just to say that we're seeing really incredible results as people connect to injectable treatments and to injectable PrEP. We're really excited about how this has allowed people who haven't been able to be successful on daily pills to finally be successful in achieving viral load suppression, including people who are unhoused and people who are newly linked to care. So we're really excited to expand access to this and to continue to have injectables be a tool that's really being used for folks who haven't been able to be well served by the methods of care that we've had previously. And into next year, as part of our work, we're going to continue to work on our Bay Area-wide long-acting injectable collaborative with San Francisco, Santa Clara, and the East Bay. Again, another project that's entirely focused on working for BIPOC communities, cis and trans women, unhoused folks who can benefit the most from access to injectables, and really sharing resources and lessons to accelerate our progress. As I mentioned, the Take Me Home program is still stronger than ever, and big thanks to Alameda County for leading that and really allowing us to be a way to reach new people who otherwise haven't been a part of our network. They've been promoting this program on dating sites not just for queer folks, but actually expanding to people of color of all genders and sexualities. And they've actually seen a tremendous uptick in the uptake of their services there. Next slide. Lastly, I just wanted to highlight local services, which continue to be a way that we're trying to outreach to communities who aren't able to be served in traditional clinical settings. So the Hope Van is hoping to really make a presence here over the next year with mental health and HIV linkages to folks all across the Oakland community to really help better link them to our existing services and working with our community organizations to fill those gaps. And our youth engagement work has really been led by our youth engagement specialist, Ramirez Brown. We can just putting together youth listening sessions where we really get to hear the voices of East Bay youth directly, really find out how we as adults who want to be caregivers, who want to be mentors, who want to be support for young people can do better to reach them and to help lower barriers to reach their needs. So I'm really excited to have those listening sessions going and to start to really learn some of the lessons from that and share that over the course of next year. And last but not least, we continue to have a major focus on housing initiatives because we know that's one of our areas that needs the most support. And we continue to lean on to the LHR and to Angela Moore to guide us through working to collaborate more on connecting people to housing opportunities and to help with our own capacity to really be able to support folks in finding housing. So we're excited to integrate that into our regional case managers meetings moving forward, and to really have housing navigation be a priority in both people seeking HIV prevention and care services. So we are moving into 2024 and coming up with our